Hello everybody, welcome back. Alright, let's go ahead and get back in here. We gotta do all this again, so we didn't... It saves at the end of battle, not at the end of turn. I think we are just gonna do mine all mine. These hit 20, so that's good. And they've got the immortality. Which is, I mean, it's cool. It is a little, snowbally. It feels like once you get to that point with some of your units, you know, it is a little hard to lose, but I think Warhammer 3 in general is a little less cutthroat than some of the other titles. I just remember in Attila, which is really the only historical one that I played in any kind of depth, you know, you could just lose your faction leader. They would just die of old age, or a general would just, like, randomly die in battle or something. And I don't think that necessarily made it more fun. And at the end of the day, fun, I think, is what most people want, you know, from their video game. So, challenges can be fun, but at the same time, it's not, like, the only thing I think that's fun. Okay. And I tell myself that sometimes about my classes, too, because I think, like, is this, you know, is this too easy sometimes for students? That's actually not bad, Sapper, for repositioning some of these weapon teams and they have to run away. But I'm like, you know, is this too easy? Should I be making it hard? Are too many of my students getting A's? But I'm like, you know what? I think that's a kind of old school style of thinking, where it's like, if you're just more selective, right? If fewer people are getting A's, then somehow that, like, increases the value of the education. But it's like, what really, like, maybe from some kind of institutional credential standard, you could maybe say that, like, there is a correlation between the highest reputation universities, things like Harvard, and really tough workloads and low acceptance rates and things like that. But as far as students, is that necessarily true, where it's like the hardest stuff is the stuff that you get the most out of, right? Where either you have the most fun or you gain the most knowledge, like useful knowledge, in terms of professional and personal improvement, right? And I don't necessarily think that's the case. I mean, I think of my classes, and it's like, you know, some of the classes that were most influential to me, I got a really high A in it because I enjoyed the content. I did a lot of the reading very closely. I was engaged in the class. And some of the other classes where, you know, I didn't get a good grade, or they were, like, a lot harder, I spent a lot more time on it. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean I had a better experience or that I, like, learned the most useful stuff out of it. Like, I had calculus too. It was extremely difficult in high school. I ended up getting a D in the class when I was usually an A student. I worked really hard at it, and I never use it or think about it. Like, it was kind of interesting, but, you know, it was just hard. Like, that's it. And sometimes that's correlated with things being interesting. Sometimes it's not. Okay. Let's do, sorry for the random aside, but I don't remember how I got started on that. But, oh yeah, Warhammer 3 not being as hard, potentially, as some of the historical titles. Or just some factions, like Skarsnik in Warhammer 2 and Warhammer 1 was probably the hardest faction. It was almost impossible to win unless you were, like, cheesing, unless you just got control of this province and just sat there for 30 turns. I literally saw Legend of Total War do that, and just farmed rebellions until he was, like, level 35 or something with his lord. It's like, yeah, you can do that, and the challenge level of it, just because the faction was so weak, almost necessitated you to do that. But is that a better experience? Is that more fun? Just literally sitting there AFK basically for 45 minutes, just auto-resolving rebellions just so that you can, you know, compete with other factions. Does that make it more fun? I would say no. Okay, so We are injured too. I didn't really take that into account last time when I was thinking I should fight them. Who's injured? Okay, this guy doesn't need to fight that much. Ono being injured is kind of a thing. That's a consideration. We could give him... Don't I have some kind of like healing potion or something that Queek has? We could let him borrow that for a little bit. Skaven brew. Okay, that's the damaging one. Scalm. Okay, so I could give him Scalm. And then we could give Queek a Skaven brew or something. Okay. So then we can, okay, we can heal him up with that. Some of our front line is definitely dinged up. We can get this mutant rat ogre though. These other rat ogres aren't amazing frontliners. They have low armor, low melee defense. But they do a lot of damage. So we could replace this dude, because I think we're going to have to fight them this turn, or they're just going to come hit us next turn, so we might as well hit them first. I guess the argument, well, why not do that, is they do have a garrison here. I guess that is true. I would have a chance to ambush them too if they come over and either attack or if they siege me, then all my units are going to take some attrition and I'm not going to be able to replenish. Now I could step out and go into ambush stance. That might be a better one, and just see if we can get them to walk into an ambush. And then we get our replenishment if they don't. Alright, so we'll do that, and then... do I want the zap thing? Like, yes, it's not as good as the other thing, but... my front line is looking really sus here. Against so many hammers. My god. 9 hammers.
Good plan scheme.
I mean, some of these are gonna have to... He can kind of frontline a little bit more. He does have higher melee defense. And I do give out healing with the Packmaster. I mean, I could just hire a lord here, too. And just grab a bunch of, like, Skaven slaves.
Master engineer.
You know, maybe we should just get that. Because that's something I had talked about before, is just getting this. I don't know. It doesn't have the growth, obviously, but just being able to recruit some of these things could be good.
Now. I say, move.
Now that might be spotted. But this would at least give us another hero. Like, this guy's got some armor. He can kind of do some stuff. Confident or Weapon Master? I guess Weapon Master. That was a lot more than 300 per turn. Of course he comes out with 2. Lowest loyalty possible. That's twice we've gotten 2s, I think.
Poison after.
He already has Warp Lightning, right? So what's the benefit of more Warp Lightning would be... We gotta have this for leadership. Give us overcast and minus 30% so we could cast it more often. Or just start to get Root Marcher. Let me see. So if we do... okay, so we've already got a lot of Warp Lightning we can cast between these two units.
Master Engineer.
I don't know how we're able to recruit so much here. Okay, I guess we'll just do
Kill when get chance.
Root Marcher and then hire 5 of these, and then oh, we do have these completed. We could try to global in. We've already got a lot of weapons teams over here, but a couple more probably wouldn't hurt. I still think it's so goofy. All the weapons teams are 2 turns, and Storm Vermin are 4. But, okay. Let's do... No, we can cancel these next turn if he comes at us. But we might as well start it. Actually, that's kind of what I want. Now, they dodge a lot of these, but I guess like one... Just in case. And we'll get refunded on a lot of that. I think that's what we'll do. So that way, if they don't come over, then we're going to have 9 more units we can attack them with. If they do, they're probably walking into an ambush, or at the very least, we get our garrison and an extra lord. Okay. And then Queek already moved. We did all that. Barrack the Wazbag, we're repairing that. Barrack Var, I'm not sure what these guys are going to do.
Machinations.
Okay, so we could clear out some of these and get Storm Vermin. And I still think the Halberds are the best. The only reason that maybe they wouldn't be as good is if they attack way, way slower. I think they do attack a little bit slower, but just how the animations work with the attack speed and stuff like that matters. I think that they also have, and I was trying to find this online, I couldn't find a good site that tells you some of these undercover stats, but I believe that halberds have 2 range as well, so 2 rows of halberds get to attack. I know they can do that with large units. I don't know if that's the same with infantry. If that's the same, that means twice as many units basically are getting to attack when you have multiple rows of units sort of stacked up in a line against each other. So I think it's basically always better. I just think that normal swords, unless they are anti-infantry, are just going to be worse than halberds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5. Okay. And those are the hardest things to global in, and that's what I want to give over to Queek, too. So. Now, they don't get any extra ranks or chevrons, because I'm not hiring them with Queek, but this is just going to save some time. So that we can... We might even be able to rendezvous with Queek next turn. If we both dash, we might be able to hand off some units here. And then he could come back down and hire some more. Just kind of round out his army.
No.
And then Queek's just going to shatter ogres with that. That's another thing. Is the main person we might fight here would be ogres. And ogres do struggle versus halberds. You can beat it. It's not as doomsday as some people were saying about ogres. They do have ways to deal with halberds. They have a lot of good like missile units, for example. But nevertheless, the default is it's pretty good. It's pretty good against them. All right, Carrick drawn. Guess we'll just do PO. Oh, actually, we can do lumber. So I think we're not selling all of our lumber right now, right? Yeah, we're at 100%. Okay, that's the only thing we could sell more of. Yeah, I guess our public order is fine for now. We don't need to do this. The growth we've talked about before. I think it's what, 50 gold, so it pays for itself in 18 turns. But I don't really need to grow it up anymore. I guess that's fine. It'll be 12 turns once I finish this little warp thingy. Okay. I mean, we could get rid of this and throw in a public order. How are we not in trouble with public order? Military crackdown. Food. That could go away. Yeah, let's just get rid of that one. I think. Or do we want to go ahead and upgrade this? So it's 2,700. We would get one more building for 1,000. That would be like, it's gonna take like 40 turns. I just don't think it's worth going to tier 3. I mean, I guess a third of that, it would take like 30 turns to pay for itself. Ish. Unless we want to get another, just more heroes or something going. Like another clan molder. And we could just do that over here at the growth building if we want to do that. Yeah, let's just pass on that. But speaking of which, I do want another Packmaster. Well, we've already got... Is it tier 4 for the +1 recruit? No, it's tier 1. Okay, I guess I had one and then I deleted one, so maybe that's why it equaled out. Okay, so I mean, we could use a clan molder recruitment thing here at tier 3 if we wanted to. We could also just put one at Barrack Bar. Well, no, because we're going to have dyes and the generator thing. We'll just go ahead and start that, and if these dudes siege it, whatever. I guess that's fine. We can get another clan molder thing here. And then that way, we can get a Packmaster. How many we have 3 chieftains, so we've got a 4th one. If we want it. They are very cheap. I mean, I guess we might as well just level them up. Weapon strength, armor, melee attack. I mean, that's pretty good. Magical item drop chance is good too. We've got a lot of items. But we could always use more. I guess let's go ahead and grab one of these dudes. Because he does turn into a rat ogre, basically, if nothing else. A rat ogre with items. Okay. Got that. Blightwater. Just checking out. I think everything's good there. Death's Pass we just did. Eastern Badlands. Okay. Where's that? Down here. Alright. Spite's Peak. What do we want to do here? Just that, I guess. We don't need any more assassins right now. Just getting everything tier 2. 8 peaks. Things good there. Just waiting on the monster. Got weapon scenes online. Oh, that means we can switch our techs too. Paracosgul. Okay. So we're getting harsh productions. Just kind of whatever. Let's do volatile plans. And then that will let us, if we want to get ingenious plans, where is that? Warpstone reactor, that's the tier 4, right? Or is that the tier 5? Really? I don't remember ingenious plans requiring tier 5. I thought it was tier 4. Jeez. Okay, well, we are a long ways off from that. Actually, not like super long, but probably 10 turns, 20 turns. Yeah, that's pretty long. Okay, so we can't get that yet. What is that protecting? You get a food, you get promoted on merit. That's okay, I guess. Okay. Those are pretty good upgrades, but it's not like tier 5 worthy, I don't think. Alright, so what we really want is probably this one, the range and the missile strength, and then the ammo upkeep reduction, all that stuff. I wish you could better use, like, the little Skaven Undercity stuff to invade faraway places and get started there. Maybe that'd be too powerful, but... Anyways, okay, I think that's good. Undercities just feel a little underwhelming. I've talked about it at length before. Okay. And then this... Sartosa, Legion of Asgaroth is getting whacked. Defensive alliance with these guys is probably a bait.
Master of Seers.
Okay. Alright.
Keep Gracious.
Do we need to hire anything with Queek? I don't think so. We're good. Okay. Once this starts getting so big, I always feel like I'm forgetting something, and maybe I am, but... Okay, so he did decide to come over. 100% ambush at work here. Okay, so we do get the garrison. They do have quite a few, like, grudge throwers, which is annoying. We do get the leadership bonus. I mean, we really don't want to lose this, and this is going to be tough, so I guess I might as well just keep... I mean, that's going to require, like, a 8-minute fight or something to use all these clan rats. But I just want to make sure... I'm going to try to do the best I can to make sure we don't die. Now, that's really nice, because we get a much, much bigger front line off this garrison than we would normally have. This still is not going to be easy. Alright, let's just max out the credit card. I wish it would show us our food, but it is what it is. And we will get to replenish after this too when we push forward if we win. Versus before, they would probably just come over and siege us. They could attack us straight up. They could also siege us to cause attrition before we had to fight them. Okay, so I don't know where they are. Do I still have the triads, or did they die? Or was that Queek's army? It might have been Queek's army. I don't have... Okay, I do have some Vanguard. Right? No, this guy's Vanguard. Sometimes there's like little corners. Okay, here. See if I can just scout and see where they're going to start. Although that's not a terrible position for them, actually, now that I think about it. Because that will let me... They're probably going to run up with their... Now, if they spot me, that's going to be bad. If they're, like, right here. We could concealment bomb and run. But that could let me run and get their grudge throwers. Okay, yeah, we want to be kind of away from the woods so they can't run up in these woods. Okay, I thought I was supposed to, and I do want to be next to the reinforcements. I thought I was supposed to get these automatically. So those come in 2 minutes. Those come in 1:55. Okay, so that's kind of rough. So I do want to be over here then. But again, if they come through these woods, that's going to be annoying. Okay, so we maybe do want to take a more defensive position. As my pack dude doesn't... I guess he can kind of run with him for the regeneration, but he's a lot slower than they are, I think, right? Yeah, so I gotta be careful with that. Right. This guy's also part of the 3 squad. Actually, I kind of do want to see... Let's do our 6. Kind of don't want the weapons teams to get shanked by their long range stuff. Now, I do need to be careful because they can hit each other with their weapons and stuff like that, so that's not ideal. Actually, is that assassin is also stalked? So do I send him over here with these? I don't think so. I'd rather have him on their lord. Okay, so they are coming in hot. Where's my... Do I not have... Okay, so I don't have calibration on this guy, I guess. Whoa, what are those? Okay, back those up. Back it up, back it up. Get out of their way. where's the little caster dude? Do the Skaven thing. Alright, where? Okay, this is kind of being a problem. Oh god, I think I blasted myself there. Alright, where? Oh, my assassins are getting lit up over here. Oh, because these hammers. Oh crap. Oh, please tell me he's running and not dead. Okay, so I think he made it, but that was a little scary. Kind of lost track of one of my pack rat dudes, obviously, there. I didn't use the drill thing. Where? Okay, yeah, so we didn't even use 2 or 3 of these. Where are the snipers? Now they are going to get to run, so we do need to try to kill as many as we possibly can, especially these hammers.
Ready, steady, doom, assassin, rats.
We've got those. Get rid of all the grudge throwers. Alright, and then where? Snipers. I should have had the snipers running faster. I don't know if we're going to be able to catch them. Alright, let's get that last hammer there. He's like, sweet, I made it. You did not, sir. Okay, that dude's just level 1. We'll let him run. So hammers are really good on paper, but that's a problem with dwarves. I know they're one of the most beloved races, but they just don't have like as many carry units as many like tactical options as some of the other factions. So they are cool, and they are trying to help them out a little bit. Like they've got that kind of additional Regiment of Renown type of system, where if you're really aggressive, then you get all this extra stuff. Like you get these extra units you can hire, and it's like that is cool. But like 90% of your units are just heavy infantry. Like the gyrocopters are cool. But it's like, how does Skaven have all of these awesome weapons teams, you know, and the dwarves just don't? Like if the dwarves just had something that was mobile, right? They had like some dwarves on mechanical horses or like motorcycles or something. I mean, maybe that's getting, maybe they do that in like 40k or something.
What orders?
It's like dwarves should be able to invent machines that they could use that are kind of fast to attack, right? Like they've got gyrocopter flying machines. Why don't they have anything on the ground? Is it just a pride thing? I don't know. I don't know the explanation, but tactically, it's rough. It feels like the land ship or something like that Empire just got. It feels like that could very easily be a dwarf thing. Or something like a steam tank, you know? But yeah, they need something that's fast, kind of flanking. Like, they just can't stop my rat ogres from just running around, you know? Like, they do have slayers. Those are cool. It's like anti-large. But even those, I would argue, aren't as good usually as something like halberds. They can be, but they're just like really low armor. Like no armor. And they're slow. They don't have the extra range like the halberds have, I think, that I talked about before, where you can, multiple rows can poke. So it's like they're cool, but they just like leaned into that so much. They've got slayers, giant slayers, pirate slayers. And I mean, I get it. Slayers look cool. But or they need to just buff the hell out of them. Like, just Slayers come with stock with 30% physical resist, 40% physical resist. They're just so agile, or those tattoos have these magical powers or something. Or they have, like, extra replenishment, crazy replenishment. I don't know. Dwarves do have some cool units. Like, the flying units are cool. The Slayers are cool. Obviously, hammers are really good. It's just no cavalry, no magic. Their heroes really don't have a lot of utility. There's, like, a little bit with the rune guy. But it's just nowhere near something like Skaven. As far as just tools at your disposal in battle. I guess we'll just do the money. Yeah, we killed almost everything.
Too many slaves to feed.
Or, like, better artillery. I mean, that could be their thing. They do have some artillery that's pretty good, but making it cheaper or more accessible or whatever. Okay, it's the same thing for send forces. Sure.
Do you take me for a wazzock?
Jeez. Okay. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Shroud of Dripping Death. Alright, so is that their last big army? Yeah, probably. Alright, so we get to heal. Bunch of level up stuff.
The doom wails.
Mine all mine, renown. Do we just do quartermaster, or do we start doing Blastmaster. I mean, Blastmaster is pretty good for how many weapons teams we have. Especially the purple mortar. I already have so many weapons teams here. Do I even need any more? Okay, let me see. Or do I just like cancel it and get rid of that ward? Okay, Colossal Strike. Training, I guess just... We'll do that. We are getting kind of aggressive here.
Warlock of Skaven Blight. That will work.
Okay, now he's got ballistics calibration. It's really weird. Okay, he does get a Brood Horror. I was about to say, it's really weird. He doesn't get a mount. But he does, just at a higher level. Okay, so we'll do hard to hit, and then... Who is this guy?
Warlock, master of scrap.
Oh, that's the dude that I just got.
Run, scurry, and hide, weaklings.
Okay, we'll do... Ensure quality product. They nerfed this. Right, like 10 turns is a lot. Holy cow. I feel like they nerfed it. I have a 20% bonus too. How long until I get the other... This thing? Okay, 8 turns.
Great power. Yes, yes.
So do I need a Rattling Gun, one of these, and one of these is the question. Or do I just delete this guy right now?
Warlock ready.
Or I could buff this guy up and just hire even more slaves. And just get him to, like, siege some of these smaller towns up here. Just split them up. But this guy isn't even deployed yet, really, so... I mean, Queek should be able to kill all of this. I guess we can send... Like, this guy's probably going to kill this. We just aren't going to have enough business units yet, I think. I mean, I could hire clan rats now. So we could get 5 more clan rats. Have a couple of these things just auto-resolve. Especially if we throw a hero or 2 over there. We don't have a ton of extra heroes. We could get an assassin. How close are we on food? We're at 84%. Okay, so we're starting to get a lot of food. I do want to take care of Zakarak if we can get it, probably at tier 3. Alright, well let's just fight this, I guess. We'll leave him here hiring for now. We might just deploy him here, because then I could just have this dude... Guess we can't jump that wall, but we could have him run over here and like jump this wall and start fighting these dudes. And come in this way, and then we could have this guy just roll through this or something. Alright, let's go ahead and get one more fight in here. We've got Lightning Strike, so... Really? That's how y'all think it's gonna go down?
To battle.
I guess we'll just get food. That's so low on the gold.
Serve me.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We've got that banner now. Oh sweet, now he's on a Brood Horror. That's actually a really big upgrade. Because he's just kind of been a worthless unit that...
Yes.
Not worthless, but in combat doesn't contribute a lot. But now he can. Alright, so let's do double Blastmaster.
Make, kill things.
Got Colossal Strike. Blade Master. Assassin's Trophy is big. Ballistics Instructor. Now we've got Brood Horror. Now we've got Replenish, so that's not going to matter. I mean, we have 3 Rat Ogres and a Brood Horror now. They'll probably save 100 gold a turn. Not a lot, considering how rich we are right now. I guess we'll just make him stronger. Just Wound Maker, I guess. What's his total health? 6,000? Let's do Wound Maker.
You what? Ready to face your doom?
My god, dude. If that's another stack of like 50 hammers, that's gonna be really annoying. But okay. Alright, let's fight this. Y'all really think you got a chance on this? Okay. Somehow they've still got some Grudge Settler units laying around. Just imagine if they had Iron Drakes, like a tier 4 unit, on some sort of like motorcycles or something like that, man. They just like roll up, just flame throwing stuff, dude. That'd be awesome. Or if they leaned into the miners with blast charges, like just make a more elite version of that at like tier 3 that has like 10 grenades they can throw. Like that's actually pretty impactful. That would be very similar to the Skaven like Globadiers. Like, I think it's there. Maybe they're just worried about balance or something. But it's not like dwarves are horrible. I just think that they have maybe committed too much to the idea that they have to have these specific limitations. And just a lot of the newer races in particular are just a lot better. But Skaven's not even that much of a newer race. That's a Warhammer 2 race. And this is like the base guy. Like this isn't even the DLC people with the workshop or the monster lab or whatever. I don't necessarily think Skaven's OP either. I think they are good if you can manage them. I think they can be very fragile if you're not using their tools correctly, which I'm not even doing in most of these fights. Like, I'm not fully optimizing the stuff. I'm always overlooking something because there's so many things you can do. So many buttons and abilities and just tactically, as I've said before, just how you have to position them. I think we'll just keep these around for just like a flank on the side with the assassins. Now what are these? Oh, 4. Oh, what? No, they seem to be on... Made these 2 for... No, 3. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, there we go.
Now, ready now. Ready. War, fire, throw.
Really just gonna sit there.
The rats will.
Alright. They're just gonna chill. Actually, I guess I can come up a little bit.
What orders? Blade claw catapult. No going.
Because they don't have any artillery. But I really don't want to walk my artillery up this hill. Tire them out. See if we can just kind of piss them off a little bit here.
Cunning plan. Sneak.
Okay, I guess we're gonna have to, because they're just not gonna move until I do it. Don't forget about the assassins over here either. It's probably not ideal to throw all of your stuff on one side like this. You could switch it up and throw a few other ones. But just for the sake of easier micro, I'm just going to put the same kinds of units there. But yeah, I mean, if you're trying to play at a fully optimal level...
Poisoned wind mortar. Move. Bringing doom.
One of those hammers right here.
Blade claw catapult. Quick. Strike. Onwards. Find monster. Our tail's yours. At once. What orders? Warlock moves. What? Faster, scary.
See if we can just get some zaps in there. No. Right here. Okay, well, actually, let's just fire these right here.
Now, ready, now. Ready. Now, ready, now.
That's a nice roast right there. God, they just melted him. Love to see it. And they're doing some damage to my dude, but not a lot.
Quick, quick, go! Poison with mortar.
Alright, where's the... Alright, this guy needs to...
Beasts cower tremble. Blade claw catapult. Assassin. Heck, moving.
Alright, they're in a town, so they're all gonna die. That is a nice one. I don't do that too often, but I could probably do it a little bit more. It's just use my main guy just to roll up and hold him still for the warp fire throwers, because those warp fire throwers just deleted the hammers right there that were on my my main guy. They're just summoning up so many of their little specialty units. Alright. Do we just occupy it? I think so. I mean, the other dude could come at us with another 20 stack of hammers, but I think we've demonstrated we can probably deal with it. We do get 9% replenishment immediately, too.
You're not worth the fight.
I get an extra 400 gold if I kill this? I'm not sure. They're gonna run through me, though.
Warlock, master of
Okay. So we'll figure out a little bit more what we want to do strategically. I'll consider it. Okay. So they are
Do you take me
coming
for a
over here
brother?
now.
mighty warrior.
So they might attack. They can attack it on the first turn too, because these are. Oh, they're not siege attackers? Okay, so they get extra bonus versus gates, but they're not siege attackers. This is another opportunity. You could have like these blast miners. They used to give them more ammo back in the day. I think they had like maybe 5 when the game first released, and they nerfed it. But you could either give them more blast charge, or make them siege attackers early on and just allow them to take out walls, just like what the Skaven drill teams do. Skaven drill teams have that magic stuff too, where they do a lot more damage, but instead of the magic, you could just have these blast charges instead. You know, I think that'd be cool. But as it stands, that's not the case.
Don't think so.
That's another thing, is they don't have any large monsters, which creates a lot of problems in terms of army balance.
Need more throat
Alright.
processes.
So
Warlock, master of
we could run up to Iron Rock, rendezvous, hand off some units, and then come over and deal with Barrack Var. Or we could just immediately go for Barrack Var. I mean, if they take it out, how big of a deal is that? Can I even get there in one turn? I can get close enough to protect it in one turn, I think. What's the... Yeah. But then it's going to take even more turns to hand off these units.
Warlock, master.
I think I'd rather just hand off the units now, and if they take it, I just retake it, whatever. And then at least I've got my army like ready to roll, and then I can start rolling into the ogres here. I could try to just run past them and just trespass through them, but they don't like me very much. So I think they'll attack me if I start trying to run through them. Oh, they're pretty weak right now too. Oh, Bellegar is actually laying into it. Maybe he's stronger than I think. I doubt it. I think we're gonna smash him. Based on what's happened these last few dwarf fights that have appeared scary, but have in fact mostly been pretty one-sided. But anyways, okay, we'll get back in there next time. Thank you very much. As always, special thanks to Constant for sponsoring this. If you'd like to sponsor a campaign yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind, and I'll see you then. Have a good day.